Hi, Metal here with another video review, this time for Menahem's Angels and Shadows. And I have got to say right off the bat that this is just a fantastic album. It is probably my second favorite album overall of 2008. Theocracy's Mirror of Souls, of course, being number one by a very small margin. One of the things that strikes me about Menahem and this album is just how great it is and how well put together and how professional it is, especially for a debut full-length effort. Very few bands have this kind of sound and this kind of just energy and drive, and very few bands just sound this good on their very first record. And so it's such a treat to hear a band coming right out of the chute with what to me is a stellar debut that is going to be difficult for the band to top. I mean, everything comes together in this album. The music is excellent, very progressive. It's got all the signatures of great prog metal. The production is great. The only thing about the production that I can quibble on is it sounds as though they may have used drum triggers for most of the tracks, because the drum sound is so consistent and there's so little dynamics in it that where there are dynamics, it almost sounds like maybe they turned the mix down on the drums on the soundboard just a hair, or for the slower parts or the more quieter sections of songs. As opposed to actually miking the drums out and recording them 100% acoustically. That said, the drums still sound fantastic, and the drummer has to be commended for doing what he does and sounding as good as he does. Obviously, he's not quite in the school with Neil Peart and Mike Portnoy and Ted Kirkpatrick and some of those guys yet, but he's talented, and he definitely has all the hallmarks of a great metal drummer, and specifically a progressive metal drummer at that. And everything about the album is just very, very good. The bass lines are great, the guitar lines are great, the soloing is fantastic, and it's showy and it's flashy, but it's not so flashy that you feel like you're listening to John Petrucci or somebody like that just can noodle all day long. The solos make sense in the songs, and they're very well placed, and they're just very well done. And everything else, the keyboard lines are great, and all the different sounds and things that they use, it's all just a fantastic package. And so the band really needs to be commended for putting together an album that is just so solid and so well done as a first effort. I was just thrilled to death when I heard it the first time, and I've listened to it countless times. I've listened to it at work, on the way to and from work, at the house, at the office, in the car, numerous times, and every time I listen to it, I just love it. And if I've been away from it for a few weeks and I listen to it again, it's almost like I'm listening to it the first time again, even though I know a lot of the melodies and I know the words and I'm singing along. It's just that good. It's just one of those albums that I just can't get enough of it.
I see fear around me. I hear screams in the middle of the crowd. Clouds knocking on the sky, changing the simple sunset. Warrior
And there you heard some song clips. Of course, in the intro to the video, you heard the first little bit of the title track, Angels and Shadows, and then you heard a little bit more of that later on, along with track 3, Escape, track 6, Prison Without Walls, and track 9, Trip Beyond the Mind. And in closing, I just have to say that this is one of those albums that you absolutely need to get. And the thing that is so remarkable is, because the band is Brazil and it's kind of an indie release, you know, it's a CDR basically with the label printed and pasted on there, and, you know, semi-gloss printed pages out of what I would guess would be an inkjet printer, and all stapled together to make a professional-looking booklet. This is a fantastic package, and if you are a fan of progressive metal or power metal or just traditional metal in general, you owe it to yourself to download a copy of this album, because the band has put it up for free. Blabberdownload.com, you can go and find that. Or if you can actually get a hold of a physical copy, I would implore people to do that and pay good money for it, because it is worth every penny. I had downloaded it as a free download initially, listened to it lots of times, and I was just like, I've got to have the CD of this because it is that good. I have to go and get it. Even though it was free, I still wanted to go out and pay money for it because it was so good. So I went and I found a vendor who actually had it, and I bought it, and I just absolutely love it. So this is just one of those albums that deserves recognition. It deserves the attention that a lot of other albums are getting, maybe undeservedly, but definitely one of the finest, you know, traditional or progressive metal releases of the last several years, and certainly my second favorite of 2008 by just a hair. But go out and get it right now because it's just that good. This has been a video review. I'm Metal Fro, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.